All right, y'all. Today we're gonna talk about how to properly weigh yourself and what I have been doing recently to get a more consistent data when I'm weighing myself. So first of all, we're really gonna make this about how to track properly, because there's really two things you need to track, and two things that I really focus on tracking when I'm losing weight, losing fat specifically. Really three things. So the first thing is my calories. Most people do not know how to track calories properly. Tracking calories, you always want to, first thing you want to do is read the label. Behind whatever you're eating, there's always a label. Now there's different ways to track different items. For example, if you're tracking rice, do not weigh out the rice raw and then put the calories of raw rice and then cook it and then you just put the rice back in your plate and then now you're eating the rice. No, because rice absorbs water. When rice absorbs water, it's going to automatically have more volume. So if you weigh dry rice and then you cook it and then you put the calories in and then you put the rice wet or after cooked inside your plate and eat it, it's not going to be accurate. Your calories are going to be way off. You're either going to be way over or way under. So always cook the rice first, weigh it out cooked, and eat what you weigh out cooked. Go on MyFitnessPal. You could easily put in cooked rice in MyFitnessPal. It always tells you the calories on that. Boom, easy. Same thing with noodles. I wouldn't even recommend eating noodles or pasta because it's just too high calories. And for me, it's not filling, but do what you want to do. At the end of the day, moral of the story is, make sure you figure out how to weigh food. Now, I'm going to have a more in-depth video about weighing different types of food and how that looks. But basically, you want to know how you weigh your food and how to track your calories. That's number one. Number two, track your lifts in the gym. So every time you make a lift, you should be tracking it to see how much you're lifting and how much progress you're making, because that's how you could progressively overload successfully. Okay, that's what I do. So I used to never do this, and the first time I ever cut down, not to like 15%, but I was like a little under 20%. I felt like I was getting way weaker, losing a lot of strength. Probably because I wasn't measuring how much I was lifting. I wasn't seeing if I was actually going up in weight, and I wasn't eating enough protein because I was doing keto and a bunch of other stuff. So, or enough carbs. I wasn't eating enough carbs, so I didn't have energy because I was doing keto. So at the end of the day, make sure we're tracking our lifts every single time we're hitting the gym. You can literally go into MyFitnessPal, hit exercise. If you got to create the workout, create the exercise, do what you got to do, track that. Now do the same workouts every single time you go to the gym. I do upper lower. On my upper day, I'm doing the same exact split, I'm doing the same exact workout, hitting the same reps, or I'll go up in reps or go up in weight. That's the only way I progressively overload. On my lower day, same thing. So you want to make sure you're hitting the same workout, the same exercises, so that you can actually track your progress, at least for the first year. Now, if you're consistent more than a year, then you can start switching it up, do whatever you want. But guys, the thing that's helped me the most is just simplifying everything. Make everything super, super simple. Your meal plan, make it simple. Your workouts, make them simple. Do not overthink, do not overanalyze, do not over-research. I'm an overthinker. Guys, the more you over-research, the more difficult you're gonna make it for you to lose weight. Just stop listening to anyone and just track your calories and track your lifts. That's all you have to do. So, like, at the end of the day, all the extra diets, the fad diets, the ketos, the carnivore, the seed oils, all the other stuff, look, I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. If you're trying to lose fat, it doesn't matter. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to move the needle. Okay, we just need to get that through our heads, because I'm one of those people. I would try to optimize, make sure, okay, let me make sure that I'm, getting the right hormones, make sure that I'm getting all the right nutrients up on my stuff. Oh, but I don't want to have too much seed oils because then it's going to, affect my inflammation, bodily inflammation. And I don't want to have, too much of this or too much of that. I don't want to have gluten and I don't want too much carbs because carbs are bad. Carbs will cause inflammation. Look, all of your health issues, I can't say all, but vast majority of your health issues are caused by excess fat. Vast majority of them. If you lose fat down to 15%, you're gonna immediately fix basically all your blood work. You're immediately gonna fix your insulin resistance. You're immediately gonna fix your ability to your cardiovascular health. Like everything just improves. So at the end of the day, y'all, losing fat is going to be the number one priority for everything when it comes to your health. Okay? Now, another thing that we always want to track, make sure we're tracking this, and this is what I do as well now. Track your weight. You should be weighing yourself every single morning. Every single morning, fasted, before you drink anything, before you eat anything, after you use the bathroom, weigh yourself. What is this going to do? Well, a lot of people might think, oh, if I weigh myself every day, it's going to be too stressful. What if my weight goes up? What if it goes down? Blah, blah, blah. No, listen, it's just data. It doesn't matter. Weigh yourself every morning. It doesn't matter if the weight goes down. All we're looking for when we weigh ourselves is the median weight for the week. Now, y'all went to elementary school. Median means erase the small numbers, erase the big numbers. What is the middle number? So if you weigh yourself 7 days a week, you're gonna have a total of 7 different weight measurements. Take off the lowest 2, take off the highest 2, and then you're gonna have your middle. Okay? So at the end of the day, take your median weight. All right? Or the lowest 3, highest 3. So you got your lowest 3, you got your highest 3, you got your median weight. Okay? So if I weigh myself 7 days a week, Monday, I'm 106. Tuesday, I'm 110 because I gained some water weight and I held in some sodium. Wednesday, I'm 105. Thursday, I'm 106. Friday, I'm 104. Saturday, I'm 106. You get the point. So I'm probably about 106. You know what I'm saying? Weigh yourself every morning. Buy a scale. This should be your morning routine. When you get up, just weigh yourself. It's gonna give yourself actionable data so that if you do see the weight on average moving up, all right, clearly we're not tracking properly. We're not in a deficit. So if you see 2 weeks in a row, the weight moving up, clearly we're in a problem. But if you're locked in and you're hitting your calories every single day, 7 days out of a week, you're gonna see that weight gradually come down. Now, if you don't see it come down, it doesn't mean it's your hormones. It doesn't mean it's, your whatever. I don't even know what people be saying nowadays, right? But it just means you're not in a deficit. And what do you have to do to get in a deficit? Lower your calories or increase your expenditure. So increase your cardio. Those are the only 2 things we gotta do. All right, y'all, so make sure we're keeping track of our measurements. That's part of being locked in. I wasn't doing this for a really long time. I wasted a lot of time thinking I was dieting and thinking I was in a deficit, thinking I was trying to lose weight. There's no such thing as trying to lose weight. You're either losing weight or you're not. So there's no trying. You're in a deficit or you're not. So let's lock in, y'all. Let's get this shit.